Hello there, it's Steve-O here from the Elite FPL podcast, and I am doing a live, not live recording of me reacting to what the hell has happened to today. I mean, straight away, this result here. What in God's name has happened to today? So last night, as you would have seen, myself, Dan and Jason were joined by special guest and YouTube celebrity Capping Gaming. And in all seriousness, we were all going through our teams, and the majority of us were either going with double or triple Brighton defence. For obvious reasons. We thought their fixtures were good. We felt that even if they did concede, it'd be just one goal in each game. We felt that, certainly for myself and Capping, and along with many others, that Duffy was actually a viable captain choice because we thought there may be a chance of getting a clean sheet in one of the games. And then I'm at work and I see this and I'm thinking, is this blank game week 33? What on earth has happened here? Stanislas, Gosling, Fraser, Brooks and Wilson. And not only that, assists from Fraser, Wilson and Brooks. Guys, I can't get my head around this. I was, to be honest with you, when I saw this, I was laughing my head off. I really was, because it just says everything about fantasy football and betting. You just can't call football. I mean, last night so I'll come out of the more smaller screen here, and last night we saw that Jason had captained Vardy, and it ended up with Leicester losing 1-0 with Perez scoring. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't laugh or anything, but what I did find surprising was the fact that Jason had captained Vardy. It wasn't just Jason, but there was various other top players that John Harris, for one, that had captained Vardy. I was taken aback by that, but I thought, do you know what? Yeah, I see the logic behind it. And it ended up with 1-0 to Newcastle, and I thought, okay, fair enough, these things happen. And I had a message from FPL Boona saying that, oh, now this is the time to catch Jason. And I just simply replied with, no. Remember, my luck this season has never happened. Anything I do that's a differential, Jason's differential will counter that and just be exactly the same. And it turns out today has been that exactly the same. So we'll just quickly go through the results as of today. Spurs winning 4-0 the early kickoff, and Son being benched. Still came off and got an assist though. For who? Lucas Moura getting a hat-trick. And I'm not going to go on about how, he was on my thought process. What I will say is that if you do remember watching my video the other day, I did consider Lucas Moura for Eriksen, but I said no. His returns weren't good enough for me to say, yeah, I definitely want him in. Plus, Eriksen ahead of Moura, I think that was a better move. Turns out it wasn't, but who would have expected a Moura hat-trick? Son to be rested, yes. Lucas Moura hat-trick, absolutely no chance. And the assist from Eriksen, Son, Sissoko, and Llorente, someone that I did, and so did Dan, toy with regarding a front three and having a power midfield 5. I didn't go through with it in the end, and what happened? Llorente's come up with an assist. Typical. So, on to my team, Burnley. That today. I mean, a few weeks ago when we lost to Leicester, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I didn't say this. I said it. I said that we were relegated that day. Us not beating Leicester with 10 men and losing 2-1, I thought was absolutely disgusting. But it said everything about us as a team. We don't like going out to attack teams much. We prefer sitting back and hitting on the counter. I have no idea what happened to today. All I see is 2-0, Chris Wood scoring twice. McNeil getting an assist. He's having a great season, McNeil, now since he's been put into the first team. Ending up 2-0, and that's pretty much confirmed our safety because we are now 11 points clear of Cardiff, and based on some of the fixtures Cardiff have, it basically means that we should stay up, because the likelihood of Cardiff beating Liverpool and another top team, I forget who, is very unlikely. So it looks like Cardiff were pretty much relegated today. Fulham, I mean, what baffles me about the Fulham game is the goal scorers. I've had Tom Kearney all season, and then once I take him out of the team, and I even played him in the blank... No, I didn't. I got rid of him. What am I talking about? I take that back. I got rid of him, to be fair. But Tom Kearney actually finally producing a goal. But 2-0 against Everton. Dan even messaged me saying I'm really worried about Everton maybe exploding on Fulham. Hasn't happened, and look, Richarlison, of all the Everton players that did anything, it was Richarlison. He got a yellow card. Southampton, now, I did say that Southampton were a team to look at, and 3-1 winners, that's a bit of a surprise. Don't get me wrong, I'm a bit frustrated that Wolves scored, because I had Valerie in my team, along with a lot of other people, but Capping Gaming had Bolly. He brought in Bolly because he wanted him for a short stance. But Bolly didn't start for Capping Gaming. Now, I'm assuming most people watching this know who Mark Southerns is. If they don't, basically he's the creator and owner of the Fantasy Football Scout site. Has a really, really good history in Fantasy Premier League football. And guess who he brought in for his wild card? Redmond. He also captained Glenn Murray. But he had Redmond in his team. What does he know that we don't? I just can't get my head around that, because Redmond has scored, I think, 2 goals for the whole season. So getting 2 in one game baffles me. Shane Long coming in there with a goal. You know, hasn't scored for God knows how long. Gets a goal there. And United at the moment winning 1-0. Poor Pogba. Paul Pogba of all players, you know, everybody gets rid of him and he goes and scores. It's typical. So we'll just quickly scroll up to look at my team's points so far. Pretty much what everybody's probably got. Ryan, a whopping 0. Then you got Valerie with 2. Duffy, my captain, with a whopping 0 points. Laporte, obviously playing tomorrow. Now this is where I'm kind of got the advantage now, because I've got 5 players left in Laporte, Sterling, Mane, Firmino and Aguero. I mean, the majority of my players everybody else owns, so Son, Ericsson, Jimenez, you know, all doing the same thing. But it's just my differentials in Laporte, Mane, Firmino especially. I'm hoping they do something. I mean, their form, like I said, versus the big teams does seem to come through, so I'm relatively comfortable. I'm not going to do an overview of everything, but I think I'll quickly show you Jason's team. He ended up on 15 points. I can tell you that much. Ended up on 15 points, but it's his triple Brighton defence, which has completely failed him. But his captain came through, so to speak. Better than mine. Jamie Vardy. People that captain Son, fair play to you. Got off the bench and got an assist. There were people, including number 1 overall in the world and number 2 overall in the world, and elite FPL regular contributor Brett Mollison, that, well, in number 1 and number 2's case, not only did they captain Ericsson, but Brett Mollison, he triple captained Ericsson. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, triple captain, that is completely full on cojones, well done to you, but only the 6 points there. But at least it paid off. Better than Duffy, who got 0. And we'll quickly look at Dan's team just briefly, just to finish off the co-hosts here. So Dan Bull, he is on 15 points just like me. Triple Brighton defence, again failing. Son captain though. You know, captain Son. Quite a few players left though. Aguero, Deeney, Sterling, Alexander-Arnold and Mane. So he, like me, has got 5 players and some differentials left to play for tomorrow. So hopefully that will pay off for Dan. Because he was a guest last night, and before I continue looking at his team, just to let anybody that know that's watching on the replay that doesn't know, myself, Dan and Jason were joined by special guest, and as I said in the intro, YouTube FPL celebrity Captain Gaming. He joined us last night. It was a fantastic live reactatory podcast looking across various wildcard teams and our amazement at various choices. So let's have a quick look at Captain's team here. On 18 points at the moment. Lloris paying off in goal. But it's that double Brighton defence. I know everybody's going to be in the same boat as him. But look down here. God almighty, that Bowley defence. And his last sub as well. Yeah, so unlucky to be having him not playing. But no one could call these things. So, yeah, this was just a quick Steve-O live but not live reaction to today's results. Again, I'll quickly bring them up here. As you can see, Newcastle winning 1-0 last night. Spurs 4-0. Bournemouth 5-0. A lot of clean sheets here. 2-0 to Burnley. 2-0 to Fulham. Southampton winning 3-1. And United are winning 1-0 at the moment. Thank you ever so much for watching this brief, quick, short video of me reacting live to all these particular games. I'll just let everybody know that tomorrow evening I'd like to think that myself, Dan and Jason will be going live reacting to tomorrow's games. Crystal Palace at home to Manchester City, and of course the big one, Liverpool versus Chelsea. It's going to be a very, very interesting podcast tomorrow, I can assure you. So, after you've seen this replay, tune in tomorrow evening. I'm guessing we're going to be going live at 6:30, but we will let you know through what? You guessed it, Twitter and Instagram. If you want to know when we're going live, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at EliteFPL. We do all our advertisement on there when we're going live. If you've enjoyed this brief video, please hit that like button. They help the channel grow. If you've enjoyed the content, and not just the content today, but more importantly last night's content with Captain Gaming and the video reacting live to all wildcard teams, please, all this content is exactly the same and we keep improving all the time. Hit that subscribe button. We really want to be growing this channel because we've got a lot to say about not just fantasy football, football in general, but obviously it's just football. So yeah, hit that subscribe button. I'm Steve-O, and we will see you tomorrow live at probably 6:30. But again, you'll find out through Twitter and Instagram. Cheers, guys. Take it easy.